YouTube, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. We are here for another episode at the Bettors Edge. We spent all week breaking these games down, guys. Let's get straight into it. We have the Divisional Round Saturday's games of the NFL playoffs. We've broken these games down. We've analyzed them. It's now time to make our predictions, our best bets, and figure out who's moving on to the conference championship games for tomorrow's slate of action in the NFL. Let's start with the first game, guys. We have the Buffalo Bills on the road traveling to the AFC's top seed and the Denver Broncos. Right now, the Broncos are sitting as 1-point favorites. This game is simple, guys. Who do we trust more? This Denver Broncos defense or Josh Allen and his Superman cape? That's ultimately where this game is going to rest. We've seen Josh Allen, especially in the second half of games, have a lot of success against Vance Joseph and this Denver Broncos defense. Vance Joseph is known for his blitz packages. They blitz amongst the top units in the entire NFL. What Josh Allen loves and where he really succeeds is when teams get after him with an extra man or two-man in pressure. What do I mean by that? When defenses blitz Josh Allen, his expected points added jump to plus 25 expected points added per drop back pass when the defense brings pressure. When defenses don't bring pressure, his completion rate drops, his EPA per drop back attempt drops, and he struggles. We've seen Vance Joseph have a ton of success against Josh Allen in the first half of both games in their previous two meetings. However, in both of those games, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense had made significant adjustments at halftime and had led to Buffalo smoking the Broncos in the second half of both games to the tune of something close to 30-9 combined score in the second half. Are we going to see Vance Joseph stick to his MO, which is to bring pressure? Or are we going to see Denver finally make some adjustments and be comfortable sitting back, getting after the quarterback with just four, and playing coverage? That's ultimately what this game is going to come down to. We talked about it in the preview show. This Denver Broncos offense, moving to the other side of the ball, has been very, very lackluster the last 3 weeks that they've played in. They have respectively 19 points scored, 19 points scored, and 20 points scored in each of their last 3 games that they've played. Offensively, we've seen Sean Payton be really, really conservative. And not only the way that he's calling games, as far as the plays that he's calling, but also in the types of plays that they're calling there in Denver. They're not throwing the ball downfield. Everything is near the line of scrimmage. They're not taking shots downfield with their receivers, and they're being very, very conservative with Bo Nix. Obviously, for Bo Nix, this is going to be his first playoff start. When we're breaking this game down and we're looking at this game, ultimately, in my opinion, just as I said last week, guys, it's too hard not to pick Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in this spot. I think stylistically, you're going to see Vance Joseph bring pressure. As I mentioned previously, Josh Allen loves when defenses bring pressure. That's where he thrives. I think we're going to see a low-scoring affair in the first half, but at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, this Denver Broncos offense just isn't doing enough for me to feel confident that they're going to be able to keep pace with this Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen-led attack. At the core of what I expect to happen is I just don't think Vance Joseph is going to be able to get away from his MO, which is to bring pressure on the money downs. On third down, on fourth down, if you will, when the game is on the line, if push comes to shove, I expect Vance Joseph to go back to what he's comfortable doing, and that is to blitz and to bring pressure, and that is where Josh Allen thrives. It's my second favorite bet of the entire card, Sunday included. Give me the Buffalo Bills 3-star plus 1 point. I think they end up winning this game outright. You can take the money line if you want. The 1 point probably isn't going to matter. I think the Buffalo Bills end up winning this game and proceed to the AFC Championship game the following week. As of now, and even as of tomorrow night, it will remain to be seen, in my opinion, who they're going to face. Let's move on to Saturday night, guys. This is the most difficult game, in my opinion, to call. We have the San Francisco 49ers on the road at the Seattle Seahawks. Right now, this line is sitting at Seahawks -7, guys. We talked about it in the preview show. Ultimately, this game is going to come down to, can the Seattle Seahawks offense produce enough against this 49ers defense to cover 7 points? That's the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about here, guys. The teams have played already twice before this season. We know that. I'm not breaking any news here. Seahawks in the first matchup scored 10 points, 10 or 13 if I'm not mistaken. And in the second game, they scored 13 again. 13 points this weekend, tomorrow night, guys, isn't going to be enough to cover a 7-point spread. It's that simple. I talk about this almost each and every single week when the Seahawks come up on my show. It's very difficult for me to feel comfortable backing Sam Darnold in this type of spot, laying 7 points, 7.5 points, whatever this line closes at. As I mentioned, right now it's at 7. We've seen it teeter up to 7.5 earlier in this week. We know we're going to get mistakes from Sam Darnold tomorrow. The question is, how many mistakes are we going to get, and how grave are those mistakes going to be? We saw the San Francisco 49ers team go into Philadelphia last week almost as equal-sized underdogs. They won the game outright. They played a brilliant game of football, especially defensively. They're going to have some more struggles this week defensively because of the opponent that they're facing is a little bit more potent than the Philadelphia Eagles. But at the end of the day, with this San Francisco team, we know what we're getting. We're getting a well-coached team. We're getting a team that is going to be competitive. In both of these matchups, offensively against Seattle, they've struggled. I expect that to continue tomorrow night. I don't think that the San Francisco 49ers offense all of a sudden is going to have answers for what Mike McDonald and the Seahawks defense has presented to them so far this season. But at the end of the day, I can't be comfortable backing Sam Darnold as a 7-point home favorite in this spot. I just can't. I've seen this guy in far smaller situations come up short. I'm not necessarily predicting that the Seahawks are going to lose this game outright, but I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever if Sam Darnold has an absolute stinker and this game comes down to a last possession 3 or 4 point type of game in the fourth quarter. One area of concern that I do have is Brock Purdy is turning the ball over a little bit too much for my liking. He had 2 interceptions last week. They were still able to win the game. I expect some turnovers and some mistakes from Brock Purdy tomorrow as well. However, when I factor in Sam Darnold making mistakes, which I expect to happen, Brock Purdy also making mistakes, ultimately, it comes down to which quarterback do I feel more comfortable being able to bounce back in a hectic environment with all of the marbles on the table and everything to play for to move on into the NFC Championship game. I have to put my eggs in the basket of Brock Purdy over Sam Darnold. Not to mention, I'm getting 7 points to do so. It's my least favorite pick of the entire weekend. The numbers, if this was an outright number play, would probably have me leaning towards the Seattle Seahawks. It's very, very seldom on this show that I fade the numbers. It's very, very seldom that I do so. And I've talked about it once before where I went against the numbers. I didn't fade the pick entirely, but I downgraded my play from a 5-star to a 3-star, and it was an easy victory. So I have some hesitancy in fading the numbers in this spot. But with all of that said, guys, it's a 1-star play. It's my least favorite pick of the entire weekend from all 4 games. Give me the San Francisco 49ers +7, as I mentioned, as a 1-star play. I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever if this game comes down to the last possession in the fourth quarter. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow for Sunday slate of NFL action in the divisional round of the playoffs.